the backlash towards Asians has expanded far beyond simply boycotting Chinese businesses. It has effectively lumped all East Asians and even some non-East Asians together and deemed them all as a tangible threat. Some of the demographics bearing the brunt of the anti-Asian backlash are actually Southeast Asians, essential workers such as people who own Thai restaurants and Vietnamese beauty supplies. This is all rooted in the idea that all Asians look alike and therefore must all be the same. Now, this concept dates back to post-World War II America and the sentiments of anti-Asian xenophobia. I spoke with Kevin, an academic who identifies as Vietnamese American, who shared his thoughts on this.
So my name is Kevin K. Nguyen, and I am from Orange County, California, more specifically in Little Saigon, within Southern California. So I identify myself as Vietnamese American. So overall, I'm currently a student affairs professional, but also a scholar. So I'm working towards in becoming a scholar within higher education, with an emphasis in Asian American students, but also professionals and such. I think the hard thing with the coronavirus, COVID-19, it has really affected creating more bullying, more false assumptions about this population. And the hard thing is it creates more incidents of like racism of Asians, because I'm like a lot of people are attacking other populations, even though it came from China, but like also really attacking different other Asian American populations. The huge example that I would say is the Vincent Chin incident of back in the day, of how like he came from a Chinese American background, and how the attackers thought he was Japanese, and that's kind of for me I just wouldn't want those type of incidents to happen again. And the hard thing, I mean, slowly they're trying to create ways of create unbiases about the situation.
The situation that Kevin is referring to is the story of Vincent Chin, a Chinese American who in June of 1982 got in a squabble with two men. After the men accused Chin of being the reason that they lost their jobs at Chrysler, the car company, Chin ran from the fight on foot. According to History.com, the two men spent 20 minutes hunting him down, and once they found him, they beat him to death. They received a small fine in court and no jail time for the killing. The issue of job outsourcing that many Americans blamed on Japanese car manufacturers continued to be taken out on Asian Americans in the form of discrimination and microaggressions, regardless of country of origin. It's a heartbreaking story. And now, as Kevin said, we are living with the fear of history repeating itself. Hate crimes against minorities have gone up under the Trump administration. In fact, hate-related violence hit a 16-year high in 2019, according to an article from the New York Times featuring an FBI report on the topic. And this idea of hate increasing has also led into another problem: the dehumanization of Chinese deaths.